going on? This is M1RZA, aka Prince Duzon, and you're tuned into Shalisa Radio.
Really don't care about what you say. I'ma hit the road, feel free to stay. Yeah, ugly and broke, man, I can't relate. I'm right, you're wrong, either way. Really don't care about what you say. I'ma hit the road, feel free to stay. Yeah, ugly and broke, man, I can't relate. I'm right, you're wrong, either way. Okay, first off, I'm not a know-it-all, but I know I'm the one, and I know you're not. No, okay, second off, I know your head's hot, cause you stuck at the bottom, you see me at the top. Whoa, go get that degree. Your baby's in love with me. We'll agree to disagree. You seem stressed and I'm carefree. Don't be mad at me, cause I just spilled all the tea. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck anyways. Yeah, you be playing games and I'm getting paid. Really don't care about what you say. I'ma hit the road, feel free to stay. Yeah, ugly and broke, man, I can't relate. I'm right, you're wrong, either way. Really don't care about what you say. I'ma hit the road, feel free to stay. Yeah, ugly and broke, man, I can't relate. I'm right, you're wrong, either way. This is exactly where I belong, so I can't do no wrong. Don't tell me your opinion, cause I ain't asked for it, keep it moving. The way that I do this, man, you would think I'm a pro. I've been hitting this money bop and you hitting them folks. I would rather be laughing up to the bank than laughing at weak jokes. Allergic to bullshit and you addicted to coke. Self-made motherfucker, oh my. Came up from the slums, we did alright. Really don't care about what you say. I'ma hit the road, feel free to stay. Yeah, ugly and broke, man, I can't relate. I'm right, you're wrong, either way. Really don't care about what you say. I'ma hit the road, feel free to stay. Yeah, ugly and broke, man, I can't relate. I'm right, you're wrong, either way.
As long as Lottie got me, ain't nobody finna stop me. Top left, post gang, all the boys copy.
Come and talk to me.
Welcome back to Shalisa Radio. This is episode. I am here with my boy M1RZA. We actually have a very interesting story on how we met. Do you want to tell them?
Sure. How long ago was it? When were we?
We were in LA in May.
Yeah, so in May, I went out in LA with my boy Ty, just get some work done. It was my first time there. We were at some party. It was someone's birthday. I think it was like Bruno Mars's manager's birthday or some shit, some random.
We were at Hiltons.
Yes.
Old house where she filmed her show, which was pretty sick.
Yeah, no, that was pretty crazy.
Cool.
And that was like the same night I landed, so I'm out there with Jordan Oram, and we're just talking to people, hanging out, introducing ourselves and stuff, and then I meet Shalisa, and I asked her where she's from. She's like, oh, somewhere in Canada. You probably don't know where it is. I'm like, yo, try me. Like, where are you from? She's like, Pickering. I'm like, say a word. I'm from Pickering. I'm like, where are you from? She's like, you wouldn't know. And then I'm not gonna get into the details of where we live. But then she's like, oh, what street do you live on? Whatever. And we ended up being like neighbors, basically.
Like,
so, like
in LA, you meet someone in LA, and they happen to be, and like, you know, when you go to the US and you tell someone you're from Toronto, they don't know exactly in Toronto, so you just say you're from Toronto, even if you're just from like Pickering or Ajax. And then I was like, okay, what part of Toronto are you from? Like, it's like Pickering. And I was like, okay, we're in Pickering, on my fucking street, basically.
Yeah,
which is crazy. The world is very, very small.
Yeah.
So how are you, man? What have you been up to? Let me get comfy.
Just get comfortable. I've been just trying to record as much as possible. Just trying to get a bunch of music ready for release, basically over the next like 3 to 6 months, short term, and then long term stuff we're still working on. But I've got like a few singles I'm sitting on that I'm ready to like kind of get rolling out soon. So I've just been working on that, just planning and stuff, and just like working, I guess, just get my money right.
Yeah.
Same old, just working on myself, you know.
Any obstacles? Because life is full of obstacles.
Money for sure is one, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't come from like a rich family or anything like that. So I'm kind of just like paying for my own shit, and I have like some homies who help me out here and there, but like I don't really want to be asking people for a couple $100 here and there, like, you know what I mean? That adds up, and like, yeah, exactly. And like I'm not that guy, like I'm not gonna do that to my friends, but so just money's kind of been an issue, but we're working on that. Like that's not something like, you know, you can really
you can't avoid. I've had like a huge problem with money for a very very long time, and I've gotten to a point where I don't know if you're strong with God, if you have.
I have an interesting relationship.
Okay, but like for me, when it comes to money, I try not to worry about it, because somehow, some way, whenever I desperately need it on that day, it ends up in my account.
Right.
So I try not to worry about like money, because usually there's something higher taking care of that. When you seriously need it. Yeah,
I used to be really extra with like saving my money and like not doing nothing. Like my parents were really strict too growing up, so I didn't really go out much, or like I wasn't used to like partying or spending my money on extra shit, and like they're really strict with me like being smart about what I have. So from an early age I was just like really like picky about what I spend my money on, and like some would say cheap, I guess you could like just say. But like as of recently I've just been like, you know what, like fuck the TTC. If I need to get somewhere on time, I'm gonna take the Uber.
Like, everywhere.
I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that in itself, like it's kind of saving. It's like not making you money, but like saving that time. Like time is valuable too. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I realized. Like instead of taking an hour and a half to get down to the city, like if I need to go, like if I need to do something to get there a little quicker, pay a little extra, like fuck it, do it. Like,
do it.
You know what I mean? Like the money will come back to you is basically like what I've been trying to like get into, but like there's a fine balance too. You can't just be throwing your shit everywhere. Yeah, nah. I'm trying to find a good balance and like be smart about certain stuff, and it's just about cutting out things you don't need. People think we're just
stop buying food.
Yeah, like
stop buying food.
It's hella expensive to eat out. Like
literally, that's where my money went. And one day I was like, I'm done, yo. None of my friends don't ask me to go out. Don't ask me to eat out. I got shit to save for.
Yeah, if you're out all day, dropping 10 bones a meal on like minimum like $10 a meal, that's 30 bones for a week. Like that's like a lot of money. Like I can't add that fast, but
it builds up.
Yeah, no, it really does. So yeah, it's just been like money stuff, and just like I mean I'm 22, so like
what sign are you?
Capricorn.
Oh, you're a Capricorn. You're dangerous.
Big goat.
Oh, I cannot stand it.
Wait,
I think 4 of my exes have been Capricorns, and it's been a problem.
Shit.
So I don't talk to you're special, because
we're on the show. So
I told myself that I would never talk to a Capricorn ever again.
Damn. Can I ask why? What's wrong with Capricorn?
I feel like you guys don't communicate well.
Oh, that's the story of my life. That's
I feel like you guys don't communicate well, and I always have to ask questions. And I'm a very expressive person, and I don't have time to ask questions. I'd rather you just come to me and tell. But that goes for any sign. Like, I don't rely on signs, but like that goes for any sign. Like, I don't have time to ask questions. Just tell me, and I can handle the truth. That's one thing about me.
No, that's definitely real. Like I clam up as soon as I get into like trouble, or like with my parents. It's been like a bit of a learning experience to like say how I actually feel. And even with like past relationships and stuff, like anytime like some bullshit would come up, or like I'd be getting chewed out for something, I'd just like shut the fuck up. Like I wouldn't know what to say. Like I just have no idea like what to say or where to start, or like how to explain myself, and I just get like all discombobulated, and then like after the fact, like after it doesn't even matter anymore, I'm like, oh, now I know like how I feel.
That
like,
just sounds like a man.
I hate that though. Like fuck, I want to like I don't like that about me. Like I'm trying to change that, to be honest. But yeah.
Do you not say something because you're scared of how that person's gonna feel?
Yeah, sometimes that's the fact. Yeah, sometimes that's it. I don't like disappointing people, even though I fucking end up doing it from time, like in my relationships from time to time. But yeah, and just like I don't know, I'm just scared of like negative reactions. I guess like I'm scared of disappointing people I care about, or like people that care about me, or like people who thought I was like someone, and like because of my actions or whatever, like I'm like going against what I say, like, you know what I mean?
Honestly, I've gotten to a point where living your fucking truth, say whatever you need to say, even if it might sound harsh to them. Like,
Absolutely.
I would give an example, but it's very inappropriate. But, like, don't be ashamed of how that I mean, still care that person's going to be offended, but at the end of the day, you were born alone, and you need to take care of yourself and your peace of mind.
It's true.
And eventually that person will get over it. If they understand, then the connection in the relationship is true.
Yeah, and it gets stronger.
And it gets stronger, and it's growth, instead of them being, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah, and like worrying in the back of their mind if what you said was true or not. Because if they find out later that you're lying about some shit, then like that just puts everything you've ever said into question. Like, you can't really be trusted. Yeah, I absolutely believe that. That's living your truth is just...
Yeah, just live in your truth. Don't be ashamed. I tell my girls all the time. They're like, oh, I'm scared to tell him this. He's going to say this. He's going to react like this. She's going to react like this. I'm like, who the cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Facts.
So...
That's very true.
You know? So what do you think about investing in yourself? I'm in a new chapter of my life, M1RZA, literally. I think I just invested in myself yesterday. And I'm broke now. But it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. So what do you think about investing in yourself?
I think everyone should. Like, I feel like a lot of people aren't doing that enough. Like, for example, like the restaurant industry, like the industry that you mentioned that you do something.
Yeah, bartending at Shalisa,
Yeah, so like there's like, not just to put like females on the spot, like this is just like one example, but there's like I was having this discussion with some friends earlier who also work in the industry that like bottle girls or whatever, like they'll spend like the prime of their life, like where they look the hottest, quote unquote, right? Like from 20 whatever to 20 whatever, 30 whatever. And like they'll just spend that time doing like mindless work. Like I'm sure there's challenges with it. You deal with assholes, like you deal with rude people all the time. Like there's disrespect. There's everything. Like I understand that. Like I'm aware of that. But like you spend those years of your life making some good money, like way more money than anyone else working at Shoppers or like doing this minimum wage stuff. $14 an hour. Like well, that's not bad now. But like whatever, they're making a lot of money and just like one's still complaining about a lot of different things that like you don't need to be complaining about. Like there's people who can't even get a job. Like people cannot even work for minimum wage and they're begging to like scrubbing toilets, doing dirty ass shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Just to make $1.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're making a lot of money just look like, I don't want to chalk it up to just looking pretty, but like, you know what I mean? Like you're just like you're having a good time. You're getting fed shots. Like you're having you're having a good time. People take care of you. Like
what a job.
Yeah, like it's a lot of there's a lot of privilege, I guess you could say. But then they spend those years not doing anything else for themselves. They're not investing in themselves. They don't end up doing anything. And then the next thing they know, they're out of that phase. They're done with clubs and bottles, but they haven't done anything over the last 5 years to put anything into their bank account or like invest in some education or like figure out a side hustle, or a passion or something like that. And then they have no qualifications, and then they're like,
I think they end up just pouring flat tummy tea on Instagram.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I guess whatever they can pivot it to. But then like, how many flat tummy tea girls do we need on Instagram?
I know.
Like,
we have like at least 1,000, more than 1,000 on Instagram across the world.
Yeah, half these girls are not passionate about flat tummy tea. Like they're just doing it to get $1. Exactly. Yeah. So no, investing in yourself, man. I live and die by that. Like that's what gets you from working at an early age to like retiring at like 30. Like you know what I mean? Like if you're in the right path and your heart's clean and you know what you want to do, and like with a little bit of luck and like a lot of hard fucking work. A lot of hard work. Like you can get there. And some people just don't even want that. Like some people just are okay with working there 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I guess that's what.
That's not gonna be me.
Oh hell no.
Oh hell no.
No, that's why we're here.
Are you gonna see me at the top?
Hell yeah.
All right. Say less.
I'll be right there with you.
Say less. So you travel a lot. Like, have you traveled a lot since LA? Like, before LA, have you traveled a lot? Like, in terms of networking?
No, not really. All my networking, anything I've ever made of myself, as far as music goes, was done in Toronto at home or just through the internet. And
do you like Toronto networking? What do you think about... This is a problem. Yeah, like, what do you think about the Toronto scene? Because I feel like it's so hard. It's so hard to get genuine support from Toronto people. You go to the States, and I feel like the energy is so high.
Yeah.
Like, in terms
Yeah.
of support and resources
Yeah.
and platforms and opportunities. And in Toronto, I mean, we do have, I'm not gonna like downplay like some of the platforms we do have down here, but it's not loud.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel the exact same way, especially about going to the States. Like when I met you, like I live up the street from you, but we've never met. Like, you know what I mean? But like that's like we live in like some like a rural area, so like there's a different aspect to that. But the fact that we met out there and like it was like really in like 5 minutes I found out like half of your like situation, like what you're into, what you do, like what you want to do, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot more open up there, and like we met a lot of different people. I don't know how long you were there with like some work people and stuff, right? Yeah, no, I met a ton of people in LA. I was only there for 10 days, and I met like a bunch of people, got a lot of different networking done, got a lot of work done. Over here, it's you meet a lot of people, and like people reach out to the internet, I feel. But like face-to-face communications is very lacking. Like people don't want to show love, or like whatever the case it may be. Yeah, like people are, I don't know, not dishonest or whatever it may be. Like people are just scared. I think Toronto thinks that like we have the spotlight, but it's fleeting. Like I feel like they think it's gonna go away, or like there's not enough, or it's like a lot of greed and gluttony. Like, you know what I mean? Like for what's going on up here, but that's not the case. Like we're just getting started. Like, our scene is just starting now. So
it's
like,
just starting now. You're right.
The story is just starting. So like this shit's not gonna die out. Like there's no reason for you to be like greedy if you believe in yourself. There's no reason to be greedy. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know I'm gonna do well. So if someone wants help from me, or like if I can help someone, if I believe in them, I'm gonna help them. Like. Because I know they're not going to take anything away from me. Like, they're not about to go into my fans and take all of them from me. And
what's yours is yours, though. At the end of the day, what's yours is yours. Nobody, and that's why we're all individual people.
Exactly.
That's that's enough.
Yeah.
On its own.
The only reason you're going to gatekeep and like try to hold someone back is if you're scared. Like if you're genuinely scared and a weak person.
Yeah.
Like if you think
and then you become spiteful.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where all this fake crap comes from. Like people don't want to help each other out, or like they don't want to share some shit, or like really tell anyone about anything, but they'll be on your page. Like they'll be looking at your stories and shit. Like they'll be like, you know what I mean? They're not following you, but they know what you're all about.
They're watching you. I see you guys watching my stories.
Man.
You don't have to follow me for me to see you watching my stories. And on Snapchat, if you don't follow certain people, it'll show you like
other followers.
Yeah, like other followers that are watching. I'm like, yeah, I see you.
Man.
I see you.
Cut all that shit out, please. Because it's true. Like what? Look at the difference between Canada and America. Like, obviously,
Why?
America has been on some shit for a while. Like, their music scene is obviously way more developed, and there's a lot more people there, and whatever it may be. And like, it's such a big area that there are like much more different like cultural zones. Like, you know, you have like Atlanta, you have New York, and like
Miami.
Florida, and like all that kind of thing. So there's different flavors and stuff like that. But like, I feel like they have like almost the same formula. Like. In all those different places, Atlanta's up right now. Like
Atlanta's a scene to me. Yeah.
All those spots that I mentioned.
That lately too.
Yeah.
Actually, for a long time.
A lot of big artists have come out of like New York in the last 5 years, Florida in the last 5 years. All the SoundCloud rappers are coming out of Florida, and they're huge right now. Like RPX, this guy was a monster. Like this guy was insanely big. Like.
Yeah.
And he wasn't gonna stop, like, you know what I mean? There's so many more. There's like Kodak is from the South, like he's going crazy right now. Like all these people from Atlanta, all these people from New York, like Young M.A, A Boogie, like
oh my gosh,
yo, they're huge.
Crazy.
Like they're doing so well, and why? Because like they're doing their thing in New York. People are fucking with them. The people will respond to them. And I feel like that's a problem in Toronto too. It's not even just the networking. There's like even like fans are like. Everyone just wants to be so cool. Everyone wants to be someone that they're too cool to even be a fan.
Be a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fucking fan. Like,
because they have, I don't know what it is. I feel like people are so caught up in themselves, like, which is fine. Like, you still gotta take care of yourself and you know build a name for yourself. But at the same time, like, if you don't understand the basic principle that you know there's enough room for everybody to win, then. It's not going to work out for you in the long run. I'll tell you that.
But, like, don't you want to fucking enjoy yourself? Like, when you go to a concert? Like,
I
go out to I don't like going out to clubs. Like, I like going on the shit, like, something to celebrate, or, like, if I'm with friends, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not gonna go to a club and stand there, post up, and act cool. Like I could do that. I'm like.
Not to sell. Everybody's just posting
Yeah,
on
just
the
like,
wall, like
yeah,
looking
I look
cool.
sick right now.
Yeah. Ugh,
What are you doing?
I can't.
Like, dance. Like, have a little fun. You know what perplexes me?
What
Yo.
perplexes you?
There's people in the club drunk as fuck, like drinking like mad liquor, and acting sober. Like you have to physically work to like be drunk and pretend like you're so like you know what I mean? Like
That hurts.
when I'm like sipping in like whatever, like I have energy, like I want to move, I'm having a good time, like I'm talking to people, like I don't want to make a fool of myself, but like
I'm concerned if that's what people really do in the club. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing though. They're like just standing there acting all cool, pouring drinks and shit.
That's
like,
true.
Like how are you acting sober?
I can't
but you're
go to the
fucking
club.
wasted.
Honestly, the only parties that I actually enjoy are soca parties. Why? Because everybody moves. Now, if I were to go to the club and they play like, I don't know, dance hall or like something where girls can wind up themselves. Because if girls aren't winding up themselves at the club, I'm telling you right now, the party's not lit. The party is not lit. You need girls to be there to wind up themselves. So then the guy, like it's a party.
Yeah.
That's a party, not post up on the wall and everybody's there looking fly. Yeah, like no. No, you can still flex with your bottle, but like damn.
Yeah, do a little two-step.
Shit.
It's a little movement. It's not gonna kill you. Like,
yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah. So I think that's where it starts. Like, from the fans to the administration, if you want to call it, they're just too scared to show love because they don't want to be surpassed or like anything taken from their plate. But like, if you look at the States, they know what's up. They're sharing. They're all collaborating. They're all working, and that's why they fuck with us because they want to come up here and make more moves. They want to keep building. Like
I've met a lot of American people who say they want to move to Toronto. I was like, why?
Yeah,
but like they're saying like that's the new that's where all the opportunities are coming. I was like, really? Okay, well, and I've heard that a lot too. But I mean, I just gotta find out for myself.
I can understand that. Like, I feel like Toronto people will fuck with the Americans because just like we went to LA, I fuck with everyone out there. Like they're mad cool. I fuck with a lot of people from the city too because I'm aware of this like this bullshit this mindset that people have. But I feel like other Toronto artists with Toronto artists, they're not meshing, but they will mesh with some American artists. Like if they see someone from the States reaching out, they'll be like, all right, sick. Now, like, you don't have the States fucking with me, so I'm gonna fuck with them. Like, they're cool with that. It's just a lot about being friendly to your neighbor.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Show love.
That needs to change.
Show love, man.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Like, I'm really tired. Like
right now?
No, like in general. Like, I feel like I've been working, like, all the time, and, like, I had a week where I really wanted to give up and just like say fuck it and be like, oh, nobody's watching my show, or not nobody's watching my show, but like I'm not getting the amount of listens that I should get based on my following.
Right.
So like, what do you do when you are like in that type of that box where like you're tired, you've been working all the time, you don't feel like the results are coming?
Yeah.
I know it's consistency, I know that, but like I need more than that. Like I need like what do you do in that type of situation to keep on going?
I feel like I'm kind of going through that right now too, because like when I first started making music, it was like out the gate, like it was doing really, really well, like surprisingly scary well. Like I was like amazed at like what numbers I was hitting and stuff. And then when I started to overthink everything and like really like try to take my time with it and like try to spread out too much, like I was like, I want to show my versatility because I know what I can do, right? So I was like making R&B songs to start with, and I was like doing some rap songs and stuff and like trying to show my versatility. And then I think people just kind of got lost in the confusion a little bit, and then and then there was inconsistency too. So like at first I was doing a song a month, then I turned to like I took like a 3-month gap. Then I took like a 6-month gap because like as I was like taking more time to like learn how to mix and like all this extra shit, like the views were dropping, and I was like, what's going on? Like I'm learning how to do this way better. So like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
The what I figured, like what I assume it is like when I was first starting, I was just doing it off the feeling. Like I wasn't overthinking anything. I wasn't like over analyzing anything. As important as that is in certain settings and certain aspects of the business. At the core of it, like for me, like when I was making music, like when I was working off of the feeling and not overthinking anything, I was doing my best. and I'm like constantly
Makes
trying to
sense.
bring it back to that. But the further you get into this game, and I'm pretty sure this is just gonna get worse and worse as I go on. Like, you get not obsessed with the business, but it's something you have to face. Like, it's something you have to look at the business side of things, and that's what I'm learning. I've been doing this for like 3.5 years, almost 4 years now, and to the point where I'm at now, I wouldn't have gotten here unless I actually took my own career into my own hands and like learned about the business inside and out, and like understood how like different streaming services work, and you know what I mean. Like, there's stuff you have to learn. But I think at the core of it, like the musical aspect, that's what makes my job really difficult. Like, as a like the type of person I am is like I don't trust a lot of people, as no one fucking should, especially in this business. People are snakes,
especially in the industry.
Yeah, so I've taken a lot of time to like build my relationships and like the people I want to be around and the people I'm out with and stuff like that. But keeping that separate, like that mind separate, like when I sit down at this in my studio, that like all the other shit doesn't matter. Like, just focusing on like my mood and like how I'm feeling and like what I'm thinking and like what I want to express, and then like lock into that. Like, separating these two worlds is like very difficult. But aside, I'm kind of veering from your question, but like so that's what happened, and I got inconsistent and I wasn't getting numbers that I wanted. That's why I gave that whole backstory. So what I've like then I took a lot of time to brand and stuff like that, and I feel like I'm in a good place and I'm getting where I want to go as far as like
rebranding helps a lot.
Yeah, taking a step back and just like realizing like what's not working, what is working. Like, if you're trying something and stuff isn't happening, like, you gotta look at it and see what's going on. Like, where's it wrong?
And I think make sure it's personal. Like, it doesn't have to be directly personal, but whatever you're doing, make sure it's happening in your life. I feel like it's easier that way, and it's more creative that way, because you can build off of that. When you create things that are not of you, it's like now eventually you're gonna be like, okay, now I don't know what else do I do.
You're living a lie.
Yeah,
like,
it's a lie. You're
and
unfamiliar. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's a key thing I've been doing recently. Like, I'm done with like this trap shit. Like, I was making like party songs and stuff like that, and I have songs for the summer that haven't come out yet, and like they're probably not gonna come out this year, but I was doing like talking about certain stuff, and like my friend Diesel, he's a producer, he's amazing. He wasn't in LA with us, but he's incredible, like dope producer. But he like really spoke to me about like just talk about what your life is, like who gives a fuck, like if you're not out here like throwing bands, like don't talk about throwing bands. Like, if you don't have guns, like don't talk about no guns. Like, you know what I mean? I don't, like, I'm not saying because I do, but like there's no point, because people will check you on that shit. Like,
yep, they will check you.
You know what I mean? Like, even if it's not in the most like aggressive or violent whatever way, like they're gonna check you, and you're gonna have to look like an idiot trying to explain yourself. Like, I
was at my cousin's house.
It's a vibe, like, you know, like it's just a vibe, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no point in doing that, and that in itself, like looking at yourself and seeing what you want to express to the world, that will just make it more real. It'll sound good, like it'll connect more. Like, there will be people that connect with it, because there's billions of people on this planet, and like there has to be at least 1,000 people out there that feel a lot like you. Like, you know what I mean? To say the least. Like, even one person. If one person feels that way, that means you're onto some shit. Like, you know what I mean? No one person is so individualistic that they feel like they're the only person that feels a certain way. Like, you know what I mean? Because we're all humans. We have a lot of similarities. Like, you know what I mean? As much as we have our differences that we celebrate and enjoy and love, whatever. We have our cultures and stuff, but there's a lot of similarities. Like, you know what I mean? As far as emotions and feelings go. So, I've just been trying to tie into that, and then just keeping consistent is very key, which is very hard, because I have like dips. I'll be really, really consistent, really on it. Like, every night I'll be working like from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. Like,
Jesus.
I won't stop. Like, you know what I mean? No, like, I'll sleep during the day, but like if I get the ball rolling, I'm working like all night for like a few nights in a row, and then I'll just like hit this dip where I can't think of anything, and I can't do anything like creative. And I feel like when I hit that part of my life, like instead of trying to beat the dead horse and like still trying to force myself to be in the studio, I try to take time for my personal relationships or like build in other ways. Then I like look at the business stuff that I should be taking care of, like, or been neglecting, or try to study up or learn different techniques. I just feel like I just try to stay busy wherever I can, as difficult as it is. Like sometimes you just can't get out of bed.
Hard,
like
man.
Trust, like I go through that a lot, and I don't know if it's just a certain thing that's with me, or like if a lot of people are like this, but the only thing that people have told me is just like you have to stay busy, or you have to keep working, because if you want to live like the top 2% in this world, like they didn't do that staying in bed on a weekend.
So true.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like
Their process, like how do I say it? All of their stories are similar.
Yeah, because they grinded their ass off.
Yeah,
like
all of their. If you are studying someone that you look up to, or you're inspired by, I have 5 people who have the same exact story as to how they got there.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Basically.
you're not gonna get there by staying in your bed.
No, absolutely not. And you're not gonna get there going out clubbing every night.
And
Right.
and spending your money on food.
Yeah, exactly. Facts though, for real. Like there's
Make some food at home.
yeah, or have a nice deep breath for lunch.
Facts. Drink some water.
Yeah, yo. And
Instead
even
of going to Booster Juice.
I fuck with some booster juice, some freshie, like from time to time, you know, like
I love me some Freshie.
yeah, I could deal with that, but it's true though. Like you gotta cut stuff out that you can't be spending money on. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks. Like your parents are gonna pay for your shit unless you have some rich ass family. Like you should be mindful of that and be fucking thankful for that.
Yeah, and use it to the best of your
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah, but you gotta realize what you can't be spending your money on, and don't be spending that money. Like
Yeah.
the last like 4 times I've gone out, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just go have a good time. I completely regretted it. At the end of the night, I was like, that was such a waste of time and money. Like I should have just hopped on the fucking go bus and took my ass home.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I've
Even
had
if it
those
was, like-
moments all the time.
yeah, because I'm like, oh, I'm too lazy to go all the way home now. Maybe I'll just stay out, crash at my boy's crib, have a good time. No.
No.
I end up spending like close to $100 that night anyways. Like
On what?
I'm
Nothing
fucking dirty.
valuable.
like I feel like shit. Like I just put like a ton of poison into my body. Like I'm smoking mad kush, drinking mad liquor. Like what did I do? Like
Yeah.
I hate that. And like now I've literally told my boys, I'm like, yo, if you're gonna do something, do not call me.
If you're
Like,
gonna
don't
do
call-
something, I'm only going out if it's for free.
Basically, or like
If
if it's gonna do something for me, like
Or
even-
if it's gonna do something
yeah,
for me,
like
if it's
I'd rather be at my
valuable.
crib. I'd rather be in my bed, folding my fucking laundry, or like working on some music shit. Like just trying to figure out what's next, because there's so much that has to go into this, and like
Yeah.
I don't have the biggest team in the world. I have some people around me that I can trust and like are working like while I'm sleeping and stuff like that, which I really appreciate. And like shout out to Bings one time.
Shout out to Bings.
Yeah, Bings is a real one. He's my OG. Like we can probably get into that later if you want, but that's my OG from Ajax, and like he just like has always kept it real with me. And he's like from such a bad place, like a tough neighborhood, like grew up like in such terrible conditions, and he somehow made it out of there. And like he's made something of himself, and he's like an inspiration to me for
You
real.
can do
like-
anything you put your mind
Oh, yeah.
to.
no, absolutely.
Doesn't matter where you're coming from. You just
Yeah.
gotta work hard, and hard work hurts.
Oh yeah,
It hurts.
trust me. Yeah, you go to the gym, you need to get calloused the fuck up. Like
Yeah,
you're
like-
putting- like trust me, like
It's true.
yeah,
And you gotta have a lot of stamina,
yeah.
and just your mind is the most important thing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you gotta train your mind on how to stay focused
Yeah.
and block out things that are not going to give you a peace of mind. Because as soon
Yeah.
as you get distracted, even if that's for a day, you just wasted an entire day
Yeah,
on something that
absolutely.
did nothing for you,
Yeah,
and then you just wasted it.
yeah. And people think they don't have enough time to do stuff. Like, oh, I don't have enough time to start this or enough time to start that. Like, you work like a lot.
Yeah,
You still have
too
time for
much.
this.
Too much.
You still have time for this. It's just about cutting out the time that you are wasting. Like,
Yeah.
if you can, like, if you're sleeping 8 hours a day, sleep for 6. Like,
Yeah,
up
wake
the
up
extra
early.
two.
Wake up early, and that's
Do what you
that's
have to
another
do.
thing. Wake up early. I used to wake up at like 11 o'clock, and the day is wasted.
I woke up at 11 today.
Wasted. I've a few times woken up at like 7 in the morning, and the amount of things I got done from 7 to 12, and then I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want.
Yeah, get your ass up and get ready. Like, just get ready to go somewhere if you need. Like, even if you have nowhere to go, if you're ready, go. And as soon as something comes up that might be useful or something you can do, you're ready to go.
Yeah, it's true.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I like recording in the morning too. As much as I work all night, like I find like I have to cycle it too because it's all about balance. You know, like you can't turn a creative process into such a pattern as to the point where it gets like annoying or like it feels like work or it feels like
you get burnt out.
Exactly.
That is true.
I like recording in the morning. I like recording at night. Like I like to switch it up. I like going to different studios. My boy Ty Sinaj, I work with him a lot. He has an amazing space. Yeah, like I love working out of his space. I make some of my best stuff at his studio, like just because it's a vibe, like it's a different area, and like, it just unlocks something different in me. Even the people I'm around, like
explore, go to different environments, different atmospheres, see if you like it, and eventually you will find just like you like his studio, like you'll find somewhere that suits you. Yeah, and then you go from there. And when it no longer suits you, you do the same thing and find another location.
And I feel like people are too like limited, like they limit themselves as to where they can be to get stuff done. Like you can go, like people go to Starbucks, like these are all like basic ass spots, like like the Starbucks or like the little Jimmy's coffee spot, or like even in a park and stuff like that. But like even as far as music goes, like you can record in a studio, but like there's people, my boy Silo, he's a dope artist as well. He just came back from a songwriting camp or something in like where I don't want to say the wrong country. Was it Nigeria or something? Like in Africa somewhere, and they're in the jungle.
Wow.
Recording. Wow. You hear monkeys screeching. Oh
my god, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and they got like so much shit done, but like it just like you can go anywhere. Even like recording, I can literally take a mic anywhere I want. Like I can go sit in a park and actually record songs if I really wanted to. Like references, ideas. Like you can take this shit anywhere. You just gotta be open to different possibilities. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't limit yourself.
Do not.
Unfortunately, our time is up. We gotta go. This is Shalisa Marie Radio, episode 13. Thank you for coming on my show.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Come back.
I will. You know I'm around the corner.
Yeah. That's so funny.
I know.
That's crazy. Like, wow. Yes, I am here every Thursday, 9 p.m. And we out!
You're a total poser.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the realest of them all? Before you can stand your ground, you gotta figure out the crawl. They want me when I'm flying, but who's there when I fall? I just pray that when I'm dying, I'm surrounded by people I love. I've been pushing them away, never was good at apologies. Don't give a damn if you stay, I don't give a damn if you fuck with me. I hate the devil, he calling me. All of these shorties is stalling me. Silk road, black royalty, no IG, they gon' follow me, yeah. And I know my pops ain't proud of me. I'ma go get me a bag, split it up with my family. I'ma cop a couple properties, take over like Monopoly.
Yo, it's good.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's a rider, who's a fraud? Who gon' pick up if I call? If I gotta go to war, who's got my back if I'm throwing hands in a brawl? Blast shots if it gets to it, and do some time for the cause. Top left, I'm feeling myself. Top left, I'm feeling myself. But sometimes I think of killing myself. Where would I go, heaven or hell? Where would I go, heaven or hell? Sometimes I think that I'm already there. Bright light shining, it's so blinding. When I'm down and out, the ones I need, I never find them. Nice to meet you, how you getting it up? Don't need your love, sweet and pull out. Back to the money, I got 905 and 289, need 6 O's on my pay stub. When I ride, it's suicide, that's do or die, I'ma race off. I can't stop, no red lights, all gas with the brakes off. Yeah, yeah, mixed signals got me stuck up in a fucked up spot. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the realest of them all? Before you can stand your ground, you gotta figure out the crawl. They want me when I'm flying, but who's there when I fall? I just pray that when I'm dying, I'm surrounded by people I love. Top left, I'm feeling myself. Top left, I'm feeling myself. But sometimes I think of killing myself. Where would I go, heaven or hell? Where would I go, heaven or hell? Sometimes I think that I'm already there. Where would I go?
Shalisa Marie Radio. Stay tuned.